Hello, it is me again. Actually, I have a couple of good news. Well, I wouldn't say a couple, maybe one good news. I finally found a job. Thank God, so I can stop complaining about it to everybody. Um, it's essentially the same sort of work environment, the same sort of industry as as I was in. So I'm gonna do kind of a separate video about that and kind of go a little bit into further details on, how I got it and kind of how it transpires so quickly and give a little bit more context because, this isn't just a job that I applied for and then I, got the interview and got the job right away. There's more to it than that. So I wanted to do a separate video about it, but the good news is I do have a job now. I know I have an income, but along with, the good news, of course, there's a couple of other news that came along. Midnight wanted to say hi because I'm doing my video. Of course, she always wanted to say hi. But speaking of Midnight, I had to take her to the vet next week, and I'm so sad that they don't have an earlier time available for me. But so she's been exhibiting this behavior where it's very random, and she like does this like erratic thing where she runs around and her skin will like ripple and her tail will like vibrate and shakes. And so I had to do a couple of research and found that it could be a couple of things. One was this let's see, I think FHS, feline hypersteria. I'll put the name in here, but some sort of kind of symptom, or I wouldn't call it a disease, but it's something that cat can contract because of something to do with their God, I don't even know. Let me pull it up. Now I'm gonna sound like an idiot because I'm just going off about something that I have no idea about. Feline hyperresthesia. I'm not pronouncing that right, but it's FHS syndrome. It's a rare, puzzling medical condition in cats marked by extreme skin sensitivity, sudden muscle rippling, and frantic episodes of tail chasing or vocalizing. She doesn't really vocalize, but she does this frantic chasing of her tail, like very random, just erratic throughout the day. It's also called rolling skin disease or twitchy cat syndrome. It causes intense discomfort along the lower back, and it makes me feel so sad that she experienced this, but it's been recent since I've noticed that behavior that come up. So I won't be able to get her into the vet until next Friday, which I feel so bad that she has to deal with it for another 5 days, and then we'll see what happens. Also, there could be a couple of other things, which is, maybe they have fleas or some sort of allergy that's causing them to react that way. So the best way to find out, what the actual problem is to take her into the vet, which I will be doing, and I will give an update on that. But it's just everything that she does fits exactly to what this rare syndrome that they're talking about. So I'm pretty sure she has that, but we'll see what the vet says. And I hope that it's nothing evasive, like I need to put her through surgery or give her medication. Nothing that I think is going to, like, I don't know, put a little more pressure and anxiety on her, because I think she's already a really anxiety-driven cat. I tried to give her a bath the other day, and she was just, she was not having it. I mean, she wasn't like hurting me or anything, although I did get some scratches here. But, she was a good kitty about it. But she was also very, she does not want to touch water, I'll tell you what. So anyways, that's besides the point. The point of this video is I wanted to just come on here and do a quick kind of check-in, 2-week check-in on my reselling part-time business that I'm trying to get up and running, and seeing and give you an update on where it's at and what are some of the items that sold really well and some of the items that actually really gained a lot of traction. So far, this is week 2 now because I did a week 1 video last week. I think on, and I'll go through this and I'll put it on the screen so you can kind of follow along and see, you know, what I'm talking about. So far, I've done around, is it 400? Around 400 on Posh on week 2. Posh is really slowing down for me, and I'll get into the reason why I think that is shortly here. And then on Depop, I think I was up to almost 400, but I had to do some refund because I screwed up 2 orders and I felt so bad. I felt terrible about the whole situation. It was my fault. But anyways, it's around 300 right now on Depop, and then on Etsy, it also very slow moving. It's because I don't really have a lot of listing there. It's very, I was more strategic when it comes to listing on Etsy, just because I know it's a really different customer base. So I think altogether now maybe close to 800 altogether across 3 sites. And this weekend, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna invest some time. Of course, I've got some more stuff that I need to clean, that I need to list this weekend. And then I also have to, I wanna start listing on eBay as well. My sister just gave me a couple of dresses and her wedding dress as well that I need to start listing, which I'm like unsure of what to do on it. Like, does anybody buy wedding dresses, old wedding dresses? Is that a thing? And how much do I list it for? I have no idea. I mean, everything is still completely like in brand pristine, great condition, you know, great dresses. I just need to figure out what the best way would be to list a wedding dress, because it's not something that I've ever done before, and obviously I can't try it on. It's not my size, so I'd have to put it on the mannequin, and that's gonna be a little bit more work. So anyways, that's what I wanted to cover. Okay, we're gonna start with Poshmark and what sold quickly, and I'll talk about some of these items that sold. You obviously can only see the customer's username, and I think that's fine. I don't think there's any critical information that will come out of this. I'm not going to click into any of them for you to see the address or anything like that. So here is my Poshmark the last 2 weeks so far, not counting, let's see, I'm gonna start here at this Zara dress, because this is actually when I really started to kind of put a lot of effort into listing and being consistent. All of these are years and years ago. You can see it was like 2022, a long time ago. So this is when we started. So the first item that went right away was this blue Zara dress. It's actually a really beautiful denim dress. I'm not going to click into it because I think you're going to see the customer's information, but beautiful dress. It's halter and it's screaming summer, like 70s style. So that one did really well, and it go by pretty quick. I don't think there was any counter offer for that. And then the next one was this Dooney & Bourke bag. So anything that's very Y2K, 2000s, or even in the 90s, people are absolutely loving it, especially on Depop, but also a little bit on Posh as well. So the 2 Dooney & Bourke bags that I listed was really the 2 fastest selling items that I was able to, I wonder if I can show you better pictures if I were to just go into my closet. So the Dooney & Bourke bag, oh, is it gonna go? The one that's kind of the Y2K style, this very first one that I showed you earlier, this one went really, really quickly. And again, I don't think there was any any offers or any counter offers. If someone just, you know, purchased it at the price that I listed, which I was very fair about, you know, my listing price. Maybe I could have gotten more, but I don't want to do business that way. I do want to stay competitive, but at the same time, I don't want to mark something up extremely high to the point where it's just astronomical. But it's actually a really good vintage bag. It's a 1975 bag. Still in very great condition. I mean, the inside does need a little bit of TLC, but overall the condition of the bag is really, really well. So that item went pretty well, very quickly. The next, the items that I was talking about earlier, which is this Zara dress, still new with the tag and everything. I never even got a chance to wear it. I really just want to get rid of it because I know, well, first of all, I don't think I fit in it anymore. And then also, I just don't see myself wearing it. So someone else really loved it and, you know, they bought this one right away. And then I think the next item that went was this Lululemon. Obviously, you know, brand name is very important on Posh. People on Posh tend to go for more of, you know, your luxury or higher end type of brand. But it also, there's also a style element to it. If it's kind of on trend or if it's like a basic, then it seems to do well. So this particular one got picked up right away as well. The next one that sold really quickly was my vintage Alexander Wang bag, which I think is in here somewhere, or oh, this one right here. And it is actually shows, it has some, definitely has some wear and tear, as you could tell, you know, some of the metal here had some tarnish a little bit on the studs, but the overall structure, even the inside of the item, was still very, very new, very clean. It is actually a really spacious bag, and you can take out the strap. The strap's really thick and durable as well, and it's adjustable. It's just a really overall good, like, vintage nice bag for someone who's a little bit more, have that sort of grunge style, or even like, you know, maybe the 90s type of style. I think this bag would really resonate well. Someone bought it, no counter offer at that price. And I think the next item, I'd have to go in to see, sorry, I have to go back and forth because I forget which one sells. I just wanted to kind of show you some of the pictures. So we talk about this bag, and then the Y2K, this Zara bag. Let me do this. If I do this, I can go back and forth on it. Go to my closet. They did a little bit of an update, so they changed kind of the landscape of the page just a tiny bit. The next one, and luckily so far too, I've been getting a lot of good reviews on all the items that have been delivered so far. Customers are really happy with it, so I'm so glad to hear that. Obviously, if something isn't, if the customer's not happy and they reach out to me and they're, you know, want to return it or something, I would definitely honor that. But so far it's been great. So this is the other bag that seems to grab people's attention very quickly. Again, you know, with the Y2K, right now it's actually something that a lot of people are looking for, anything vintage. This really does have a vintage, almost like retro feel to it, with the, the gold and like kind of dark green patina of this bag. It is actually really stunning in person, and I got to use it a couple times, but it's still in very great condition. Again, really just wanted to get rid of a lot of stuff in my closet, and this is one of them. I know I'm not going to be, you know, using a lot of it, so that is on the other, that's on the list of things that went really fast. This green oversized Zara is another one that went really quickly as well. Zara, I feel, is a good brand across all channel. So far for me, especially on Posh, it's actually one of the brands that I sold the most of. And granted, I do have a lot of Zara stuff, but still. This vintage Levi button-up top is actually something that's been sitting in my closet for a long time. It's not even mine. I think it's like belongs to my mom, or it's just a really old item. I don't know where it's at. Maybe I may have deleted it already, or I don't know what happened, but I can't find it. But it's just a vintage kind of shirt. Vintage. It's a Levi brand. What is the name of that type of top? It's just a button up top, but it's denim. It's it was made in like maybe the 90s or something. It's got like really nice structure to it, and it's one of those items that I think a lot of people would go for just because of the brand, and again, just because of how old it is. And it was at a really good price when I had it up because it was a free item, you know, it's just something I found around my house. This dress is an ASOS dress that I had in my closet for such a long time. It wasn't going anywhere. I never wore it, still very new. I decided to get rid of it, and then once it was delivered, I remember the lady messaging me and was like, "Oh my gosh, it was beautiful, I love it." And it makes me so happy to hear that, you know, when people receive the item and they actually love it. It really truly means a lot. So that's the dress. The next one that went really fast is the Coach Bryn sandals on Posh. This one I've only had that one for a year, but again, I just don't see myself. Oh, here's the top. Okay, now I can show you what it looks like. Extremely vintage. I mean, you can probably tell by the tag here, but it's, you know, authentic. It's 100% cotton. It's just beautifully made, and it's great for the fall or even the winter time, layering. And I love the buttons because the button has a little bit of this sort of purple kind of acrylic look to it, and the price is just right. So I think whoever got it loved it too. I think they also gave me a review on this item. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to go to my closet. Sorry. Let's go to my closet, and here is the next one. So the next one is Bryn Coach sandal. Now this one's fairly new, and I haven't gotten, actually no, I lied. I've gotten a good use out of it, but I do a pretty good job at keeping it still very new, very pristine. It's still in very, very good condition. So I know that I'm not going to be wearing that often. It's not the shoes that I typically would go for. I'm very like either tennis shoes or just like plain ass sandal. I only bought this because I went to Cambodia last year, and I figure, hey, you know, I need something a little bit more stylish but comfortable at the same time. These shoes are so comfortable, and I hope whoever got it is going to be satisfied with it because it's completely still new. You know, it's very reminiscent of, it just reminds me almost of Gucci for some weird reason, but I like the canvas, the white and the gold. I like how easy it is to, you know, put on and take off. And again, it's extremely comfortable. So this I sold for, I don't think there was any counters on that. So I think I sold it at whatever price I had, minus whatever Posh, you know, takes away from your earnings, which is quite a bit, 20% to be exact. The next one is this All Saints chain bag that again is just sitting around, you know, it wasn't serving any purpose, so got rid of it. It's actually pretty cute. It's almost like both a bag and sort of a clutch all in one. Still completely brand new, the tag's still in there. It's a good product. All Saints is another brand that I think does really well too on Posh. Just really any brands that is what you consider a little bit more elevated or even luxury brand just seems to perform really well on Posh. And then the next one is this Zara oversized motor jacket, which a lot of people really wanted this one. This one actually was one of those that gained a lot of attention right away. But it took a while, not a while, but like just a little bit more time for someone to actually pull the plug. But it's this leather jacket right here, which is actually really, really nice, and probably could have sold it for a little bit more. But you know, I've gotten a good use out of it too, but I keep it in pretty good condition. So you know, I still think that whoever received it will find that the quality is still very, very new. Okay, so this is this one. The next two that went by pretty fast was the Sorel boots. Again, you're gonna notice a lot of these are, you know, brand names that seems to be going fast. The Sorel boots, it's more for winter and fall, but I'm sure right now is the best time for people to be buying for winter and fall. So these are the boots, and they're made of, I'm pretty sure they're made of leather. Still completely brand new. The bottom is still extremely new. I don't think this was even used. This is one of my friends that I was helped listing some of her items. And then same with this one. This is the last one that someone purchased. This Vapor Max Flying. I actually have something very similar. I wouldn't say it is the most comfortable shoes, but it is actually a pretty popular shoes, and a lot of people do like it. I just do not love it because of my bunion, but yeah, so that's where I'm at as far as sales the last 2 weeks, and I'll kind of show you my closet insight on where I'm at. So I'm at 457. It seems like when I first started listing was when I, you know, have a lot of traction, and then there's some more traction around this time, and then this week is just kind of really slow across the board. But so far 13 listings sold, 457. A lot of it was Zara, and it's in the women's category. The majority of it was pretty much buy it now. There's not a lot of counter offers, but there's some that I, you know, accepted the counter offer and that sold. But yeah, that's Posh. So let's go to Depop now. And I don't think, let me see. Hi, future me here. I think I'm just going to do a separate video focusing just strictly on Depop, because I think this video will be way too long, but will be a second one tomorrow.